Hi, I'm Gerald Wessels, and I'm the team leader for the Wessels Realty team. I help people buy, sell, invest in residential and commercial real estate. The first thing I'd like to say today is goodbye 2019 and come on 2020. I made a little video just here recently, and it was just talking about sort of what I accomplished in 2019 and getting ready for 2020. And I think maybe I might have left the wrong impression, because it may have looked like that all I care about in my life is selling more, making more money, all those kinds of things, and I don't put that down. However, if you know me, that couldn't be further from the truth, because I have learned a couple things over my life, and it is part of what goes into my life as I try to look at the new year and try to establish some of those goals. For instance, there's a couple things that I want to talk to you about very quickly. I'm going to try to make this a very short video. I have learned, and I really learned this through Zig Ziglar, that you work on character, you work on education, you work on building yourself, and then the results come later. And we'll be talking about that in just a little bit. But I have also seen, even on some of the social media sites, some people say, well, I'm not going to do any resolutions, I'm not going to do any goals because that sets me up for failure. Well, there is some truth to that. In fact, some years ago, I read a book and did a study with a group of men, and it was called Point Man. And sort of the point of one of those chapters was that a lot of people, when they decide they're going to run a marathon. And so they fail at a marathon, and then they just kind of throw everything away. Well, I really believe that if you will take just a few of maybe your resolutions or your goals, and you just tweak things just a little bit, that can make a radical change in your life for the new year. For instance, I've shared with a number of people that I decided in 2018 that I was going to watch a video every day, and that some of those videos, a third of them were in my industry, a third was in videography, and a third was just sort of a menagerie of other items. And that little tweak has made a radical change in my life. Now, I'm not pushing that you should watch a video per day. For some people, it might be reading a book. I'm just saying little tweaks can make big differences in your future life. Now, so what I want to talk about very quickly today, and certainly I'm setting myself up for a long video, but I'm going to be so short, I'm going to try to be short and sweet, and that is, instead of just talking about goals in your industry, maybe it's in like mine, real estate, selling houses, or you're going to sell more, you're going to make more. I want to remind you that you really should be thinking about 4 or 5 different areas that you might need to tweak. For instance, concerning your career, I don't know what career you're in, but I learned from Zig Ziglar that all of us should do a checkup from a neck up. And so once, maybe an afternoon every 6 months, I do that very thing. Where is my career going? And that's what I talked about in the last video. Another area that you may need to tweak is relationships. I'm married, and marriage is hard. I mean, it's well worth it. I'm glad I'm married to who I'm married to, but there might be something you need to do in your relationship, new for 2020 that you didn't do before. One of the things that somebody encouraged me to do a couple of years ago is to pray for my wife vocally every night before we go to bed. It has made a radical change in my marriage relationship. Maybe you need to have a date night. For us, it's Friday night. I try to do nothing with family, extended family, or with my career on Friday nights. I've told a number of people they want to look at a house on Friday night. I'll say, well, I really appreciate that, but to keep my marriage together, I have a date night. Another area that you may need to be challenged in is in the spiritual area. Now, hear me out at this point. I'm really scared about talking about spiritual goals, because I even saw on Facebook somebody said, well, you need to pray more, you need to do more. If that's your religion, well, I'm even scared of talking about spiritual goals. But what I want to encourage you to do is sort of like in this character thing, do something in secret that allows God to have a fertile ground in your life where He might be able to speak to you. For instance, maybe memorizing a scripture, one a year. Maybe spending some time in prayer. That may be something new for you. Or attending the church of your choice. Trying to be more regular. Upping your giving a percentage or whatever. All those kinds of things can give you an opportunity in 2020 to grow in your relationship with God. What are your health goals for the year? Well, they can be as simple as walking a couple times, several times during the week. That might be your health goal for the new year. Personal development, reading a book, listening to videos, all those can be good. And then lastly, I would just say you need to have an open category. What is, for me, it might be travel. Where do you want to travel in 2020? Well, I hope that through this video you will understand that it's not just buying more, selling more, doing more, but it's the journey of what you become as you try to establish some of these goals for your life. I'm Gerald Wessels. Once again, I'm the team leader with the Wessels Realty team. I help people buy, sell, and invest in residential and commercial real estate. I hope you'll think of me as we go into 2020.